Good morning and a warm welcome to our guests from abroad joining us here today in Islamabad. We're very happy to have you. Secondly, I would like to thank the Dawn Media Group for getting us all together here in this room today for an important cause. And Assalamu alaikum, everybody else in the room. Thank you, Munir Saab, for addressing and asking the question. I would like to take a slightly different angle to what we are all here for, which is climate change. Climate change is, as Valerie mentioned yesterday, the time for projects are over. It's time to build a new economy, and that is the circular economy. And that's an economy based on sustainability, financial sustainability, as well as sustainability for our youth and for our future. Now, Munir Saab, you talked about earlier the unfortunate and the catastrophic floods in 2002, where unfortunately 30 million people were displaced. EBM, we are the largest food manufacturers in Pakistan. Mind you, I use the word food. Why? 90% of our recipe in biscuits are staple food items: flour, sugar, oil or shortening, and eggs. With the catastrophes such as the floods, the responsibility that we bear is we have climate change as a challenge, and equally as catastrophic, and I take it as a personal responsibility, is malnutrition and keeping food affordable for our masses. Because as Valerie also mentioned yesterday, climate change is not everyone's problem. It is predominantly a problem for the poor, and we have to face the facts over there. Now, in manufacturing biscuits, as we do, there was a time, you were recalling my grandfather, this is maybe about 40 years back, he used to say that biscuits were food between meals. Biscuits aren't food between meals anymore. They're being consumed as meal replacements in Pakistan, and that's why the volume and value is so high of biscuits currently in Pakistan, and it's going to continue. But we have a problem on our hands, and that's why we're all here today. And that problem is climate change and the rapid escalation of a deteriorating climate. I would just like to give an example. When the floods had hit, unfortunately, our flour saw a movement between 80 rupees per kg to 150 rupees per kg. That's almost double. This kind of fluctuation in commodity pricing drives up our cost of production, making our products unaffordable to our consumers. Now, if our products are going to be unaffordable to consumers, we have a very serious problem. Because today, any laborer or any one of us can have 10 super biscuits and a cup of tea as a meal replacement for 100 rupees. The next alternative for food is to have 2 rotis and dal, which is the equivalent caloric value and macronutrients that our biscuits have. You see the gap and divide over there in terms of the cost of what it takes for someone to feed themselves and their families. So being the largest manufacturer of food products, again, I reiterate that the responsibility is not only, as we've been talking about for the past 2 days, yesterday and today. Yes, the private sector, which is us, we will lead and we will continue to lead. But it's the time for awareness is over, the time for projects is over. I'll get into some of the things that we've done, but those aren't important. It's about what we are going to be doing in the future collectively. The private sector will drive, but we need the government to support us in keeping food affordable for our masses. The biggest asset that we have in Pakistan is our youth, but the demographic dividend is growing. Now, if I don't have a healthy youth population and a deteriorating climate, yes, I'm worried today, but I'm furthermore worried for the next 20 years. This is our workforce. The youth of today are our professionals in the next 20 years. If they are malnourished, if they don't have a healthy environment that go hand in hand, here we are today. What is to be of us as Pakistan and as Pakistanis in the next 20 years? It's a serious problem and it's a serious threat to us as a nation and as a community. A couple of points that I would like to add, Munir Saab, as you had asked me. Mr. S. Iqbal Saab mentioned yesterday, at the heart of climate change is inaction. We are past that point now, and we need to pivot from climate awareness to impact, from policy to execution, and from individual to collective action. And that's why we are all here today. And we are supporting the Dawn Media Group in not only causing awareness, but pledging action as to what have we been doing and what are we going to be doing. Now, I've talked about keeping food affordable. And that's where we come in, and that's where we need the help of the government. As EPM, as Munir Saab, as you had asked, we are targeting 7% greenhouse emissions reductions by 2030, focused on scope 1 and 2, with the ambitious plans to achieve net zero by 2030 by moving to clean energy and planting 100,000 trees in the next 4 years. 2 of our largest biscuit production lines now run entirely on solar power. But that's still not enough, and I believe Amir Prach is going to be talking about this later. We have lands that unfortunately are not cultivatable anymore. Even the lands that we had that were cultivatable are now, because of climate change, becoming uncultivatable. So we need to pump up the solar production and use that and take the reliance off the grid. I think Amir is going to talk about that in a bit. Water conservation. We remain committed at EPM to reducing our fresh water consumption by 25% by installing effluent treatment plants, ETPs as we call them, to treat and reuse water across our facilities. That's what we're currently doing right now. Waste management and upcycling is something we take very seriously at EPM. 85% of our packaging today is either recyclable or made from recycled materials. This is currently what we're already doing. Our transformation of 12 tons of multi-layered plastics into recycled composites has reduced greenhouse gas emissions by 42 tons, while simultaneously contributing to eco-friendly road infrastructure. Our leadership in sustainability also extends to climate financing. Like Justice Masood Ali Shah pointed out, climate finance lies at the heart of climate justice and is no longer a need but a moral obligation that all of us have. And that goes to speak about what we are doing, some of the initiatives that we've taken with regards to the supply chain and food scarcity, which is as big of a problem as climate change as we have. And we take it as a personal responsibility, and what we are pledging forward, which with the help of the government, is to keep food affordable for our masses, because we need to nourish our youth, which is 50% of our population is below the age of 30. Thank you.